Welcome back to Beyond the Buzzer. I'm Dave Glavin here with Shay Sullivan. Shay, how are we tonight?
Doing good. Great. Final four night. It's good. Great night.
Doesn't get much better than that. It's a big NBA news to react to with a new collective bargaining agreement being agreed to last night. Um, Going to react to some new changes as well as kind of give some end of season predictions with the season finishing up in about a week. So I want to start with the five big changes that this new CBA brings. The first of which being a 65 game requirement for major awards,
Wow. Yep.
is positionless all NBA teams, in season, probably the biggest in season tournament starting next season, and we'll get into some details with that. Um, they're implementing a second salary cap apron for people over the tax. So like it's for like people that are like 18 mil over the tax. There's going to be some rules for them, and then extensions can be 140% of someone's current contract instead of 120%, and this could impact guys like Jalen Brown
I
and
saw that.
Sabonis. Um, So we'll definitely be talking about that. But I want to start with. I think we got to start with this in-season tournament. Um, Initial thoughts. It's supposed to be $500,000 per player on the winning team. Um, Pool play games are in the regular season schedule. 8 teams advance to a single elimination tourney in December, and the last two teams end up playing one extra game total. Like for the seed, they play 83 games.
Okay. Wow. I know the last part. That's interesting.
Yeah,
You know, for some reason that bothers me as I don't
that,
know, maybe OCD. I don't know. Call it what you want. It just bothers me that
yeah,
two teams are going to be playing an extra game. But whatever. I'm sure there's ways to get around that. But if that's what it takes to have make this happen, I'm on board. I like it. I'm a fan. It's going to add excitement. I thought this year the NBA regular season was pretty dry. I mean there was nothing going on. I mean, same
hmm
people at the top of the awards, MVP race. No really big superstar that's emerged, and no. I know this is top tier, but Lynn Sand, all that stuff that goes on in the
yeah,
regular
yeah,
season in the past. I mean, none of it was happening. Pretty boring so far. So
yeah. Hmm.
I like it. Add some spice, add some excitement to the regular season. It's long. It's a long season right now. So
Yep. Yeah, I think I don't like the extra. I mean, I feel like they should have been. Not that they ever really would, but they should be decreasing the amount of regular season games, not increasing. So I don't like the extra game. Um, I mean, it's only for two teams though, so it's really not that significant. I like the. I mean, the play-in tournament was like we were kind of skeptical of that when that first came out, and now I think we're all on board for that. So I could see like people not liking this idea at first just because it's different, but I think it could be here to stay.
yeah, I like it. I mean, I guess if we had to narrow down, like, what is the number one reason? What's the point of this tournament? It's got to be to create more money. It's got to be to create more revenue because otherwise, there's no point to this tournament.
I think it's also to. I mean, they're still gonna have All Star Weekend, but like, it's something else that will probably be more entertaining because it's actually competitive. Like it's
I agree.
still regular season. Um, like it counts as regular season games. I'm not sure whether it'll have any effect on like playoff seeding. I don't think it will, but
Will it be that more competitive? I don't know.
yeah, it's like 500 grand per player. It seems like that's like change to them.
Exactly. And like if you're LeBron and the Lakers, like are you sitting out? Like, if you're resting a little bit, or if you're Kawhi, like I guarantee you he's probably still sitting back to backs, or whoever that player is next year.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. If you don't, I don't know. Will we see crazy teams win it because the good teams really don't care and it's not that intense? Maybe that
Mhm.
could be fun, but other than that, I think it's a fun idea, but no real meaning to me. Like, are we gonna keep a stat sheet of every tournament champion of all time? Like, what does that mean?
In season tournament champ, yeah.
Yeah,
It's I'd like to see there be more of an incentive to win it.
I'm with you. I agree.
Like you automatically get a spot in the playoffs. Something like that.
Ooh, that would be
But even but that's kind of heavy, like 2 months into the season, and you could. But then you're like that would give an incentive, I think.
that would up it to a whole nother level that I just don't think they want, but I don't know.
Yeah,
You're right. That would be crazy. I would love to see that. Intense for sure.
yeah. There's got to be a point to it.
I
Um,
agree.
let's talk about 65 game requirement for major awards. This is supposed to kind of curb the load management.
Yep.
I don't think it will, just because I mean, I don't think guys are that worried about awards.
The one thing that I could see this impacting is the All NBA team. That I know
Yep,
carries incentives.
it does for people in their contracts. I'm pretty sure it applies to that too.
I know Jalen Brown has a pretty large incentive, and that's the reason he's playing. He's going to play down the stretch. He should rest,
He
and
just
I
got
think Tatum should
he hit
too.
it.
He
He
hit
hit it.
the,
Jalen Brown hit it. Yeah, 2 mil.
but he wants to, or what was that intended for?
It was making All Star and playing 60 something games. I think
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just saw this the other day.
Yeah, there was something like that. He had to play a certain amount of games, and he's also trying to make this All NBA team. There's a lot of money tied into
Yeah, let's see.
doing these things. So
$2 million night for Jalen Brown. Games played. He hit his games played, whatever it was, and got 500 grand. And then because he was an All Star and he hit the games played, he got an additional 1.5.
wow, that's pretty sweet.
So yeah,
So yeah, I guess All Star, like maybe the new strategies, you play the whole first 30 games, 40 games, whatever, until you're an All Star, and then you rest the back half to still get your money. But I don't know. I like it. I like
yeah.
the
I
idea.
don't like I don't like All Star selections being tied into. I mean, even the All NBA. It's like the people that are voting on them is like it's like the media. So it's just based on whatever they want,
Mhm.
and that's gonna decide whether you get 2 mil or not. Like
It's a little
I
crazy.
don't like it. Yeah. All NBA teams positionless. I like it. I think it's we've gotten to the point in this NBA that it needed to happen.
Mhm. About time.
Yeah.
I feel like this is pretty late. Like 5 years ago, if they were ahead of the curve, it would have happened 5 years
Hmm.
ago. But they were
Well, yeah. These agreements last for like 7 years, so it takes a while. I mean, I guess like if you're thinking about 7 years ago, like 2016. Yeah, I guess it's probably still could have
definitely. But hey,
something there.
I like it happening now. I mean, so far this whole new agreement, music to my ears. We'll get to my only concern or question about it coming up.
All right, all right. Let's get to this salary cap thing. So obviously, there's the teams pay a tax for however much they go over the cap. But now for teams that are 17.5 mil over the cap, they can't use mid-level exceptions, which is like um, the Warriors signing DiVincenzo, the Bucks getting Joe Ingles this past offseason. They can't use those type of contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they can't move picks that are 7 years away. So this is like the KD trade that wouldn't have been able to happen.
Yep.
Um, and they can't sign players in the buyout market.
What are your initial thoughts about that?
I mean, I think for teams like the Clippers that have just bought their team, I like it. It's gonna try to make people avoid doing that. But for teams like Golden State that outside of like Wiggins have drafted everyone, I don't like it.
Doesn't I hate it. I'm
But
not a fan.
yeah, at the same time, like for Golden State, like this is all going back to signing KD because KD signed and trade for D'Lo. D'Lo traded for Wiggins, so I'm not too upset for them.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like the LeBron move. He joins a team. They mortgage the future to get guys around him and stuff, and then they suck for the next 10 years or whatever. But that's my only that's the only positive I see in it. Other than that, I hate
Yeah,
it.
I think there's going to be incentives for teams that I'm not sure what they are, but teams that are spending less, which I don't really understand that. But extensions, this is a big one actually, can be 140% of a current contract instead of 120%. So everyone was talking about how Jalen Brown will never sign an extension before he's a free agent just because his current contract was so low.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even now, though, it's still like he could be offered like 4 years, 190 from the C's now, but I don't think that's what he could get from another team. I feel like another team could give him more than that still.
I agree. He deserves
They,
more.
he should be making more than that.
What was the deal? I remember James Harden. Who's the richest contract right now?
Yeah. What was that?
Who's the richest contract? Is it James Harden?
Right now, I think it's Joker after his extension.
Oh, it's him.
Yeah, he got like I think a 4 year, $300 million extension.
Wow, 4 year, 300 mil.
I'm gonna look it up. I think so.
That's crazy. I
Oh no,
remember
sorry.
James Harden's
He got
getting.
he got he got 5 years, 264. I'm tripping.
Okay, I was gonna say that's insane, but that's more. What is that? About 50 mil a year? A little over that, 52 mil a year.
Yeah, that's the biggest one yet. I think.
That should be right around where Jalen Brown makes 45 plus at least. So what is it? 4 for 190.
Yeah, which is like 40. I mean, that's 47.
So maybe it's
I
not
think
bad
he's gonna
after
get
all.
50. I think he's gonna get above 50.
Well, yeah. For the new deal that's coming, he should get way
Yeah,
more. Right
exactly.
now, it would be good, but in the future, no.
And he's not gonna sign it.
And that's
I think even with this new rule, he's not gonna sign it. But I'm trying to think. He's a free agent the year before the new TV deal kicks in, so he might get screwed.
that would suck for Jalen
That
Brown.
fit that 47 mil might be his best option. I mean, it's 47 mil, but that might be his best. He could probably get 60 after the new deal.
Maybe he wants to sign like a little 2 year deal somewhere else. I mean, it fits in perfect. 1 year deal with Portland, or 2 years.
I
he's a free agent.
we'll get into Portland.
Yep.
Dame's gone.
We'll get into Portland. We'll get into them.
Do we have any other? What was that gripe you had with the CBA?
Oh, I thought it was very interesting the timing they released it. I'm not sure. Correct? Do they do this at this time every year? You know, they release a new
Well,
CBA.
it's like every 6 years, 7 years, but it
Interesting.
is. Yeah, it was. That was the deadline.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I think it was interesting. They snuck it right in for the Final Four. Like a lot of people, I don't know. It seemed like they had something to hide the way they just posted it. You know, this whole new agreement right before the Final Four. You know, they got drowned out media wise by this weekend. The
yeah,
championship's Monday. I feel like the media will be surrounding college basketball way more than this random CBA. Like, how many people are actually like seeing this in the media, being like, "Oh wow, look at these new changes." Like, I feel like it's going to be a surprise come next season.
yeah, and I mean, a lot of people like they're not gonna read into it just because they probably won't like understand it anyway. But
Mm,
yeah, I mean, it is bad timing with the Final Four, but I think it was just like this is when they set the agreement for like right before the season. It initially was, I believe, January 15th, but it got extended out until April 1st
interesting. I
to
wonder.
try to avoid a lockout.
Hmm. I mean, it seems like the only people we've heard be vocal about disagreeing with it is Draymond. You said right, so
He's the only player. I'm sure there's more, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's just bad timing. I don't think there's anything really.
It raises some red flags for me, but I don't know. It is interesting timing. That's my opinion. It's just
Yeah. All right.
interesting.
And we got to talk about Portland.
Of course, we want to go there with Portland.
They have put together some of the worst teams I think I've ever seen on a basketball court in this last week and a half.
You know what? I just saw. I actually jumped in the mail truck. I like was like, yes. I saw this is terrible too because someone lost their job, but they cut their the point guard. Uh,
Ryan Arcidiacono.
yes, I don't know how you even say his name. I looked. I was like, I was watching this guy every time I checked the Portland box score. 1 for 5, 2 for 8, 1 for 6. Just I was like, holy crap! This guy was. He's always getting minutes, and he sucks. He got cut today. Thank God. I looked at his field goal percentage. It's in the 20s. He was shooting 24%.
Yeah, probably one of the worst players in the league.
I don't know where he came from. I don't know how we don't have anyone better in the farm system.
At
But
this point, I don't think you want someone better out there.
true, but he was so bad
It's
they
clear.
had to plug.
They couldn't show their fans that for another game.
No, absolutely not. I'm gonna look right now. He was averaging 1.3 points per game this season. He's actually a young guy, so you know it's tough to hate on him. He went to Villanova. We know him. We saw him play
He
at Nova.
made the historic pass
Yes,
to Chris
it's this guy.
Jennings.
Yeah, but holy crap, his last 4 games, 25%, 16%, 0%, 0 for 5, 20%, and 0%.
That's bad.
Oh yeah, the tank is on. It's clear as day. We're worse than the Popovich Spurs right now in terms of tanking. At least they are like, I mean, it's the same lineup they've had all year. At least Zach Collins is playing great. At least the bright spot,
Yeah,
but nothing,
yeah.
nothing with
You guys
we're
have
not even
Sharp.
playing anyone.
Sharps look good. Sharps look
Yes,
good.
sorry, I take that back. He's looked really good, and I saw a take.
With
Hmm?
okay, let's hear it.
I saw a take. Shane Sharp, if he was on a getting the run that Paulo has gone, he would be rookie of the year, no doubt.
I can't give him that yet.
Getting the run that he's gone. Oh, San Diego State buzzer beater.
Really? I got
Yep.
17 seconds left. What the hell?
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. I don't know how mine's so delayed.
I think
Well,
I
let's see
just
it.
counted.
I'm about to see it
Oh,
right now. Pull up. Oh, definitely.
yeah, that's
Wow.
one. Woof. Holy crap! What a shot!
Swish too.
How much time?
Oh, you think there's time left?
I don't know. Let's see. No, there's no time left. That left his hand with about .5. Oh, that was dirty. That was nice. Good for them. Sucks for FAU, but good. Distracts us from our Portland slander, our Portland topic. I don't know. They're doomed. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what they're doing with Dame. You think they're gonna trade him? I don't know. I think they should trade him. I think he just doesn't want to be traded. He wants to be a
I think
Blazer for
that's
life.
where I think he does now. I think he does.
He's sitting
I
out
saw
for the
some
team.
I saw some quote. I'm gonna find it. He was like, "They know what I want, but it's a business and anything can happen." And that's the first time I've heard him be like, there could be another option."
But where? New York? They just got Brunson.
Miami, Miami, Jimmy and Bam.
I saw some Miami Heat. They have the most undrafted players of all time. They have 9 undrafted players in their roster, and the 5th worst offense in the league.
They're not the usual Miami team. I don't think they're gonna. Maybe they take a team in round 1 to 6, but
It's probably going to be Boston or most
Boston. I
likely
mean,
Boston.
they do have Boston's number sometimes. So going back to March 1st, the Blazers have won 3 games. And they have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
No
12,
comment.
13, 14,
At least 20.
16, 17. They're 3-14 in their last 17 games.
If we went the flip side, if we were 14-3, I mean, we're in 3rd place in the conference right now.
It's looking bleak. I think it's
But
time.
I don't know.
They gotta know it's time. It's been a good run. He's the greatest trailblazer ever,
Yep.
but I think it's time.
The main problem is he still has more left in the tank. He can be good. He will be good for next year,
Yeah,
next
but
2
he
years.
can't be good for Portland anymore.
I don't know if we, I just don't know. He wants to be a Blazer, so I don't know if we can have this
Yeah.
debate. We can't. We just got to talk about how to rebuild around Dame. That should be the discussion, not where's Dame going to
I
go.
can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. This should be the 4th different team. Like, because it's gonna. That's the thing. The way to rebuild around Dame is they'll never do it right because they got Simons now, and he would have to go. Nurk would have to go.
What if they got Wembenyama?
Okay, that would change everything.
Like, what if that's the fix? They want to pair Dame up with. They're gonna have a top 5 pick. They have a bottom 5 record in the league.
Do they actually?
Yes, they're number 5. There's 2 teams worse in the West, 2 teams worse in the East. They suck. They're
Wow.
terrible.
They're worse than Orlando and
Yeah.
Indiana.
Yes, they're so
Well, they're like barely worse. Oh, I bet all between you, Orlando, Indiana, and Washington, you guys are in a nosedive to get that fifth best odds.
Oh yeah, 100%. We are running out guys that have never seen the floor right now. It's
I
terrible.
think Orlando's out on it. They've been winning lately.
They want to make the play in.
Indiana, Indiana's not. I mean, yeah, they're sitting Halliburton.
But we also have the Knicks pick, and they've kind of
Julius Randle hurt. I
yeah. I
mean
mean,
that's lottery protected, so that'll be like about 18 to 20 around there.
so if you're sitting, I mean, say we get lucky. Say we get. I don't know how lucky we can get. What are the odds on 1% or pick one? Like 3%, something like that.
From the fifth best odds.
Yeah.
I know the
Either way.
top three teams. The top three teams have a 14% chance.
Okay.
It's a 10, basically 11% chance.
That is not bad. What if that's the fix?
I mean, that'd be huge. You move Nurk.
That's
Nurk's getting moved immediately.
yeah, you probably trade Nurk and the future pick in the first round, like whatever it is, 18 for
Yeah,
someone else, a real player.
a wing.
Yep. And then you pick up Wembanyama, you pay Grant whatever he wants, if he's
Yeah.
the option.
Well, that's the thing. Wembanyama is a wing.
He's a weird. I don't know if he can yeah, he's tough to classify. Narrow down.
He's not a big. He's
He's
not
what
a
the
big.
Blazers need.
He's just a freak.
He's a tall, lanky floor stretcher. Like he's perfect. He would fit perfect with Dame.
I want to see what his like position is listed as.
If you could ever pick him up or get lucky, say we get super lucky, we get pick 2 or pick 3, you can do a lot of damage with pick 3 or pick 2. Like we've seen the impact Paulo's had this year. I know he was number 1, but Chet.
If you, I don't know, if you don't get one and you're keeping Dame, there's no way you're taking that pick.
You think you trade it if you don't get number 1 and keeping Dame.
Or if you get 2, I think you get 1, you're keeping Dame. You get 2, you're trading Dame and you're taking Scoot Henderson.
Oh, and then you're running with that. Oh, what a squad that would be in the future.
Scoot, Shaden Sharp,
Anthony.
Well, Dame's gone. Dame's gone.
Yeah, you get a couple first round picks, a future All Star.
Yeah,
Who's going for an All Star?
I don't know. I think he'd go for like the KD thing with like 1 or 2 less picks.
Yeah, perfect. And then you start rebuilding with that. You let Grant go.
Exactly.
They have a ton of money. Whether they pay Grant or not, they have a ton of money this offseason. They had it last season too. There's been no one to spend it on. That's the problem. They're waiting. So maybe that's their plan, to wait it out.
So Detroit, Houston, San Antonio all have a 14% chance. Charlotte's got a 12.5% chance. There's no way they get the number 1 pick.
No, not with that franchise.
NBA is not letting him go to Charlotte.
We both can agree it's predetermined. They know who's going to get the
pick. I mean, the 2003 Cleveland gets it when LeBron's from Ohio. Like, come on.
It's just too good to be true. I remember there's like 30 for 30s out on scandals like
the
that.
Knicks with Patrick Ewing.
Yes. It's very suspicious. Definitely.
Yeah.
But
so that's why I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Who benefits the most from getting Wembanyama? Like, where does the NBA benefit the most? I don't think it's Portland.
Well, Popovich is done. He's done. He can't coach. That team won't be good enough with Wembanyama in the next 3 years. He won't be there. I think that team's out. Houston, they are a mess. They're a mess.
I think it's Houston.
if they weren't such a mess, I mean, their coach is like crying in the locker room because
Well,
he
he's
can't.
he's done. He's done. He's
But
done.
it's his first year,
No, no, this is his second year. He's
second
done.
year.
It might even be his third.
30. The team sucks. The team's terrible, and their young players have not progressed much at all. So I don't know. It's like a dumpster fire. Why would
They
no one
like
send him
they
there?
make fun of him. They make fun of him.
Well, maybe that is the
This is
problem.
his this is his third year.
Third year.
They have like the worst record of any team over a 3-year stretch. I think he's done.
Oh, they're pathetic. They're god awful. They're terrible. Awful. They don't want to
They
send
have
him there.
talented players though.
I think Portland is the front runner at this point. Play with
No
Dame.
way.
Instantly get
I
Wembanyama
think
on a championship
we
roster.
saw we saw Yao go to Houston.
They do like Houston.
I think it's Houston.
But Portland's had the number one pick
Because then
twice.
Harden's been rumored to want to go back.
Oh
They get
no.
Wembanyama. They get Harden goes back.
This
They
is,
they
this
have
is
they
fantasy
have the
land.
most money out of anyone.
That team is a disaster with James Harden. That guy's about to retire. And Jalen Green plays no defense.
Harden is still one of the best point guards in the league.
I agree with you on that point, but I've watched Houston this year and they suck. They blow.
Well, yeah, this would be a much different team.
I don't know, like they are at least 2 to 3 years, I think, out from being competitive with this core. They're gonna rock with this core. Jabari Smith,
Well,
who doesn't
that's
want
the
to go
thing.
inside?
When they get Wembanyama, I think the core. I agree. Jalen Green and Jabari Smith need more time.
They are not worthy of being built around.
No, but then you're building around Wembanyama.
Yes. Which
You need the
well, I
vet
mean, yeah.
Harden, and then somehow you gotta get like a 3 because I mean Tari Eason's good, but he's off the bench guy.
Jimmy Butler?
I mean
Could you
that's
swing
ideal.
Jimmy? Could you swing Jimmy?
They have a ton of picks from Brooklyn. I think they have about 100 mil in cap.
Jimmy Butler to me is someone who could be. I know you think Miami's going to be buying. I could see the opposite. I know. I feel like they could kind of switch it up, trade away Jimmy Butler, trade away Lowry, go young, keep Bam, but build around Bam. Their offense is pretty putrid. They're terrible on offense, but defensively, build around Bam. I think Jimmy could be on the move.
Jimmy on the move? I
He's
mean,
old. He's a veteran. Like he wants to go
yeah,
win. How long has he been on Miami? At least 6 years. Probably what, 5 years, 4 years?
4. I think 4.
He has not
Came
found his
from
home.
Philly.
Didn't
They're
like
gonna
it.
have 72 million cap. I don't know. Let's see. Let's sort this. Portland's not gonna have that much, depending on what they do with Grant.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Houston has 72 mil. The next closest is Orlando with 55.
What's Portland at?
21.
But that'll be shifted around. I mean, they're not paying anyone.
They just locked up. I mean, yeah. Nurk's
They
got to
really
go.
aren't
I
paying
mean,
anyone. But Dame
Nurk's
likes
useless.
Nurk.
That's too
If
bad.
those,
Dame.
yeah,
I'm sorry, Dame. Nurk stinks.
if Dame stays, Nurk stays. That's just how it's going to be.
And that's going to be the downfall.
I like Nurk, but I agree he's not enough. But if they got Wembanyama,
He's
maybe he
lost.
could make up for that.
If they got Wembanyama, then an offensive center is not going to help.
Probably not. Unfortunately, but it's all right. Whatever. they will see. They're going to probably be the hot commodity this offseason, whether they're buying or selling. So,
I could see them being one of the biggest what ifs.
well, they're going to have high picks. They're going to have multiple picks, a superstar that could be on the move, or they have other guys that could potentially make a splash. If you want to trade away, I know they signed Simons, but whatever. If they want to trade away Shane Sharp in a deal to get someone really good, they have options.
I
Always
think
got on their side.
I think he's shown untradeable.
I agree. I would agree.
I'm getting on that train.
Thank
I
you.
said, oh, he's traded before. I think he's shown he's untradeable.
He's been very good the last stretch. A little inefficient, but that's expected because he hasn't gotten a
Yeah.
lot of run.
Yeah.
So I think
I
he's
don't know why
been.
it took this long.
I agree. He should have been playing from the jump. If this was the ultimate plan, they probably knew this was going to happen a month ago. So I don't get it, but
You
he's
guys
playing
threw
hard.
out there Shaden Sharp, Skylar Mays, Matisse Steibel, Trenton Watford, and Drew Eubanks. Off the bench, Shaquille Harrison, Nasir Little, Kevin Knox, Jabari Walker, and John Butler.
Nasir Little has had a couple of good games, but other than that, G League roster. It's a G League roster.
Yeah. I mean, Skylar Mays, I've never heard of that guy.
He's playing on an NBA team, but whatever. We're done. We're done talking about the
But I'm
Blazers.
talking Portland.
I want to talk NBA championship odds, and I want to give you a dark horse right now. So
Dark horse.
a dark horse. This team is plus 1,200 to win it all. I think they're worth a ticket. I think so. This is my
You better not say Golden State.
you got me, but this is my overall take on how this season's going. So we just saw Boston, who has been struggling, they've not been playing well whatsoever. They go into Milwaukee and annihilate the
Dog.
Bucks. What they go back?
Dog.
40 points, 40 plus.
41, yeah. Milwaukee was on a back-to-back, to be fair.
Back to back, but if you watch that first quarter,
it was
they were
over.
trying.
It was over, yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah, they packed it in quick, but that initial first quarter they were trying. The Celtics were shooting lights out 60% in the first half. They were just unstoppable. I think that proves this whole NBA season it's up for grabs. It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game because we think Milwaukee is the clear favorite. After watching that, Brooke Lopez is a stiff. He's a stiff. I don't care if he's Defensive Player of the Year or he's number 2 right now in the odds. He's number 2. That guy
Jaren's ahead. Good.
Jaren's barely. It's minus 135 and then I think plus 105 on DraftKings. But if he's Rudy Gobert 2.0. I know he is important to that team defensively. He does his part, and overall that team's very good defensively. But they just got 40-pieced by their biggest rival in a late season game. I know you can argue late season game doesn't mean much, but to me, how much are you taking into account that game? A 40-point victory does it mean anything to you or no?
I think, as someone who was like, oh, it's Milwaukee and everyone else, I was kind of like, oh, shit, like, here are the C's again.
Yep.
At the same time, Tatum played damn near perfect. The last 2 games, Tatum has like 80 points on like 70% shooting.
They live and die by that 3.
So, if he's 22 threes against Milwaukee on 51%.
Can't replicate that.
How many against Utah? 17 of 51.
They shoot so many threes. That's not a good percentage.
I don't I don't like their offense, but when it's clicking, yeah.
Makes me
Tatum
nervous.
8 Tatum 8 of 10, Brown 3 of 5. Everyone in the starting lineup shot 50% or better from three, besides Smart.
Can't replicate that again, but overall, dangerous. If they're even
It was a
close to
beat.
that,
It was a beatdown. Yeah,
they went by 40. And I think, the odds kind of agree with what we're saying. Milwaukee plus 310, Boston crept up plus 320. So it's basically, pick your choice who you think there. The next West team, Phoenix at plus 450. Denver is the most surprising. They're plus 800, and they're most likely going to win the West. So to me, I think that speaks volumes. Denver, early second round exit once again. I'm not into Denver
first round.
whatsoever. First round, I have no
Well,
interest in
it
betting
depends
on
who they play.
Denver.
Like if we look at it right now, the play-in is Lakers are the 7, Pelicans are the 8, Timberwolves 9, Thunder 10. So
I
I'd say
give
Lakers beat
Zion
the
to the Nets.
Pelicans in the 7-8. They get the 7. I'd honestly take Minnesota over the Pelicans.
Really, with fully healthy cat potentially. What if
Yeah.
Zion comes back?
No. Did you see that video of Zion the other day
Yeah,
that
I
I
saw
sent
your
you?
comment too.
He looks like 350 pounds.
I agree. He looked a little out of shape, but he hasn't played in
No, I'm
years.
not. I'm not dissing him. He hasn't. He hasn't probably been able to run in 3 weeks, a month, but he cannot play this year.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him to play at all. I hope he doesn't
No.
because then you might see a KD thing again. Gets hurt.
Yeah.
But I think they would need Zion to come back if they had a chance to beat Denver. I think this, his upset or the upset comes in the second round when they play the 4 or the 5. In my opinion, I don't see too many upsets in the first round, but that 4 or 5 matchup can be tough.
Do
I
you
think they
think? Do you think the Clippers are ducking the 5 seed
yes,
to try to avoid Phoenix?
yes, I think they are 100%. They did this in the past too, right? We saw them do it like a week ago, or sorry, a year ago, 2 years ago.
I do remember that.
The whole last week or two, they've been
I mean,
suspicious.
they're up on the Pelicans right now,
Oh, they are.
18-9.
Oh, no bueno.
Westbrook 8 points, 2 of 2 from three.
That's disgusting, dude. What's been going on? He's been on fire. I would not want to play the Pelicans, or sorry, the Clippers if he is playing like this.
Well, it's he had like what 35 against Memphis, 5 of 5 from three, that legendary picture, and then the next game against Memphis, he had 4 points, 2 of 8 shooting, 5 turnovers.
Very inconsistent, but speaking of inconsistent, the Mavs are down big. They might not even make it.
I'm all for it. I I think Jason Kidd's got to go.
Is it Kid or is it Kyrie? This team was in a good spot without Kyrie. Great spot.
I don't think it's Kyrie's fault that they can't play defense. And maybe it's not Kid's fault either, but maybe it's just their roster construction.
No depth.
I
No
don't. I
depth.
just don't know what happened. Like they lost 3 guys: Brunson, Dinwiddie, and Dorian Finney-Smith, and even 2 of those guys aren't defenders. I don't remember them being this bad defensively. Like was Dorian Finney-Smith that was he helping them that much that
He
it
was a good
covered up
defender.
how bad they were?
I don't think they. No, not this bad. They gave up 76 tonight in the first half to Miami.
To
Basically,
Miami, one of the
yeah,
worst offensive teams.
fifth worst. They allowed 19 free throws in the first half. It's terrible. It's 40 points for free.
Sorry, Yeah. Jimmy got 22 and 7 already. Jesus.
8 for 9.
I mean, if we're looking at the odds, you were talking about Golden State.
Plus 1,200 to win
We
it
never really
all.
got.
Yep. I think they're the dark horse. They're the team that's done it over and over again. I think LeBron's path is a little too difficult. I think, he's too much of a long shot. If he was in the spot the Warriors were in right now, I could maybe get on board, but the Lakers are a couple spots behind them. But it's basically the same
So
thought process.
that's the thing. It's just the first round matchup.
That's the only thing. That's killer, in my
So
opinion.
you'd rather play right now. Lakers play the Grizzlies and the Warriors play the Kings. You'd rather play the Kings?
If you're the Warriors, I've been saying that's their one bad matchup. They want to get in shootouts, and the Warriors are one team you do not want to get in a shootout with.
I hear that. I'm just saying I'm playing the Grizzlies 100% over the Kings. The Kings can put up 150 on you.
They can, but the Grizzlies scare me more. I mean, they have at least some playoff experience.
Uh,
John
the
Morant is
Grizzlies in
a
the
super.
playoffs. The Grizzlies in the playoffs.
It would be a great
They,
story. I am on the Grizzlies train this year. I've hopped on. I've hopped on recently as of John Morant's return. I'm a Grizzlies fan.
I think they're a joke.
They're a
They
joke.
don't have a big. They don't have a big.
I mean, they don't need one necessarily. To
But
compete.
when you're playing AD in round one, Xavier Tillman's going to be having 4 fouls by halftime.
No, I agree, but that's the problem with the Lakers. They're so one-sided that if you can just kind of piece together a plan to stop AD, they're one-dimensional. It's AD or bust, and LeBron has looked a little slow. Have you watched how slow he's
Oh
been?
yeah, no, he's looked slow since he came back. Yeah,
They definitely rushed him back. I think it's important to get a couple of weeks under his belt before the playoffs. He needs chemistry with this new squad, but I
yeah.
don't know. He doesn't look 100%, in my opinion. I don't know.
5-0, 5-0 when him, D'Lo, and AD play. That's all I gotta say. 5-0, never lost.
Never lost until who do they play tomorrow?
Rockets,
Well, that's good. That's great for you. Great for your team.
Rockets, Jazz. That's
11
two
point
wins.
favorites.
Jazz want nothing to do with a win.
I hope the Jazz win. I hope the Rockets win too.
We've got last 5 games. We got the Jazz twice, the Rockets, and then the Clippers and the Suns.
Two tough teams at the end. You have a terrible record versus the Clippers, so I don't think that's a good matchup
We
whatsoever.
did. I'm pretty sure we won the last one. I could be mistaken, but that was like our first win in like 11 games.
They with Westbrook now though too. I don't want anything to do with that one.
Oh no, we lost. That was when LeBron had 46. We still lost. He was going insane. 9
I
three
do remember that.
pointers. Yeah.
And they
We
still,
lost by 20.
couldn't compete at all.
God, that team was so bad. Juan Toscano Anderson, Thomas Bryant.
Team sucked. But that's who they have on the roster right now. That's the problem.
No. This team is much different.
Yeah, but it's all from those guys, those caliber players. I know they're playing well now, but I don't take too much stock into it.
I mean, we've got like a weird 10-man rotation. Lonnie Walker doesn't play, which I thought he was good, but
That was your big signing this offseason.
the mid-level exception, getting Lonnie Walker. Troy Brown played 8 minutes last game. He went from starting small forward to not playing.
I think that's one good decision. He sucks.
You don't like Troy?
I'm not a fan.
Malik Beasley only plays like 10 minutes now.
He's so
The
streaky,
two guys, yeah. I mean, he was 3 or 4 from three in 10 minutes last game.
but 10 minutes, that's it. So he must suck on defense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they love Reeves now.
Because the league loves Reeves. That's why they're giving him all the calls.
Oh, come on. He's good at drawing fouls. If you watch the Lakers games, he's always getting hacked.
He's like a Tatum. He sells it good. He knows where to,
Yeah, exactly. So
Tatum's
it's the
famous.
ref's fault.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the rules' fault because he's just kind of playing to the rules.
He's
But
abusing the rules. Yeah.
yeah. Well, how many more episodes are we gonna have before the end of the season? Do you think you need to get a championship pick in or no?
Championship pick. I mean, we could. I think if we have one this Wednesday and then another one a week from today, I think that covers. Let's see when the Lakers' last game is. Lakers' last game is a week from tomorrow, Monday the 10th. So we still have potential for 2 episodes
Perfect.
before the end of the year.
I am ecstatic. Number one, this time of year is awesome. NBA series prices, awesome. Can't
Yep.
wait. I think NBA playoffs, it's like a square fest. I think it's super. Oh, bless you. I think it's super square. That like when they put in the referees, when a team's gonna win.
Scott Foster going against CP3.
Yeah, you just like it's automatic. You're like, well, we're fading that, and it's super fun to bet. NBA playoffs, awesome. Um, the awards races are wrapping up. That's
I was
always,
about to say, I need to hear your thoughts. Quickly's going to win Sixth Man of the Year, which I think is outrageous.
I agree. 100%.
Outrageous. His biggest games have come when he's starting. Like it's when Brunson is hurt.
I don't get it. I agree. I don't. Number one, well, the NBA awards are kind of a joke at this point because who even decides it? The same people who decide. It's the NBA media.
It's stupid how much one game fluctuates him. Like him and Brogdon were tied, and this is also maybe because I had sent a Brogdon future in the Discord a
Mm-hmm.
while ago. But him and Brogdon are tied. He goes for 40, playing 40 minutes as a starter. Like obviously, yeah. If he it's Sixth Man of the Year. I don't get it.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't get it. Most improved player, probably going to Lowry.
Love it.
Shea's still he's plus 300. He's within striking range, but I like it.
He might be worth a
Decoy, we
fly.
talked about this. Huh?
You know what? Sorry. I think SGA could be worth a flyer. Plus 300. I don't know. I'm not sold. I think Lori or whatever, the Jazz are going to suck the next week and a half. So, the NBA
Exactly. And
market.
like are the Thunder gonna make a move for the play-in?
Yes. And these awards are announced after. Like, what if he has a crazy play-in tournament? I feel like that could even impact the awards. He'd be
Yeah.
someone I
I
would take a
mean,
flyer on.
I don't think Laurie's gonna play for the rest of the year.
Wow. It's a big development.
The Jazz have been running some suspect lineups out there.
Yes, same as every team taking right now. It's all
Yeah.
crap fest.
The last 2 weeks he's played twice and sat out 5 times
He's probably. I mean,
with
they,
a
they all know the deal.
with a hand injury.
They want to lose.
Yeah. Embiid is the current favorite. Joker just got bullied out of his third straight. I mean, there was for post All-Star break, it was there's no way he could possibly lose this. He's kept up the same production. They've struggled a little bit, but they're still the one seed. I mean, I don't know.
We watch the market move like real time with all the media attention, like the people like you said hating on Jokic.
Yeah,
Next thing you know, Embiid's the favorite. He hasn't been a favorite all year. I could see Jokic. I'm on the underdog train. This whole late
plus one
season
seventy
push.
five.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
what is? I get Embiid. He's worthy of an MVP by far, but Jokic first in the West as far as I know, right? They're still there.
yeah, they are comfortably.
So I think that's impressive, more than the Sixers have done. And then the only thing
Actually,
going against him, he's won 2 years in a row
I thought they're 2 games back. Or Memphis is 2 games back of them.
of Denver.
Yeah,
Hmm.
C's are a game and a half back of Milwaukee.
Milwaukee has a tough schedule coming up, so I don't know that first seed isn't locked up in my opinion at all.
They got Philly. Then it's a joke. I guess they got Memphis too. Philly, Washington, Chicago, Memphis, Toronto.
Toronto could
Boston
be a tough
plays
game.
Philly, Toronto, Atlanta.
So yeah, I don't see that one per se, but
Yeah, it's possible.
I think the Bucks pretty much got locked up. What the hell was Giannis's brother? Maybe a closing thought. What the hell was he doing to Blake Griffin of all people?
I've never understood the headbutting. I don't get
You're
it.
on a
It's just
headbutter.
like no, I don't get it.
Baffles me
What is
too.
it? Yeah, like if you're going to hit someone, why with your head? I don't.
It's a quick,
Maybe you
like
get
the only thing I can
suspended
think of.
for less.
True. That definitely. Does it hurt?
It looks less like intimidating than throwing a punch, but
Less violent. Like the point of impact isn't with
yeah,
the punch.
maybe it's like guided by the NBA. They said if you're gonna get mad, just headbutt.
And yeah, here's Giannis's brother headbutting Blake Griffin. What the hell? I don't know what the guy's doing. Whatever.
Yeah, it's he's getting his couple minutes in, fired up.
In headbutting Blake Griffin. Like that's the people are tapped. The NBA right now is a scary place. Those players are tapped. I don't know. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to mess with any of them. John Moran,
no,
any of those guys. What are we doing? The league's turning into a slight joke at this point. I'm gonna say
I
it.
think the last like 2 weeks of the regular season. We're so like done with the regular season, and we just want the playoffs. I think the players are too.
Oh, they've been done for the last month
Yeah,
or at least 2 weeks. It's a terrible, terrible product. No one cares.
yeah.
It's already been decided.
They saw Braun and AD back healthy. They know it's plus 3,300, Sean. That's my future.
33, huh?
Pretty sure. Let's check FanDuel.
I think they're up to DraftKings is up to 22.
FanDuel. Milwaukee plus 240 on FanDuel.
Hmm.
Yeah, plus 3,300. Clippers are 22. Golden State 14. Same with Memphis. Philly 11. Denver 8. All right.
All right, here's a prop for you. I don't know. So actually, this is a terrible value, but to win
Mhm.
60 plus regular season games, there's only one team that could do it, and it's the Bucks.
Milwaukee, right?
Yep, it's the Bucks.
Yeah.
They are plus 450 to win 60 games. They only have five left. They have to go
What?
5 for 5. Yes, 5 for 5.
Why is it? Why is it? It should be like plus 1,000.
I agree. It's only plus 450, so they'd have to sweep. Could they do
So
it?
I'm just thinking of a 5-team parlay when the most they'd probably be favored is, I mean, they're minus 190 against Philly tomorrow.
Yep, they're probably double-digit favorites versus the Wizards, potentially the Bulls.
Yeah, what were they? They were, I mean, they're favored against the Pacers. They were, what were they? 14-point favorites.
Wow. So there you go.
So probably 12 against the Wizards. I don't see it happening. They're definitely going to sit people. But that's
Unless
weird.
they
It's
want
that
that
low.
one. I agree. With 450, it's crazy, but most regular season wins, Bucks minus 900 to have that, which
I
is
mean,
interesting.
who's second? Who's second?
The Celtics at plus 550,
That's the play. They're one
one
win
game difference.
behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're taking a little sip of that Kool-Aid.
Well, I am realizing that would mean that the Celtics will get the 1 seed. So, and I was
Probably more fair.
just
Yeah.
when I read their schedules 5 minutes ago, I was like, oh no way.
Well, yeah, basically. But compared to the Buck schedule, what about the Sixers are plus 40,000, but they're 4 games back, so it's probably impossible. They have a tough
It's
schedule coming up.
impossible. Yeah, Bucks, Celtics, Heat, back to back to back. Hawks, Nets. They play 5 playoff teams in a row.
So they're saying make up some ground, but it's a tough schedule.
6 when you include they just beat the Raptors.
Well, the Celtics only have 4 more games, so I guess that's how it's kind of another disadvantage. You need the Bucks to lose the next game, and
Yeah.
then you're still 1 game behind. Two
Hmm.
games behind. So you're basically 3 games behind. You need to finish with more wins than them.
I don't like that.
I can see them losing the Bucks losing to Philly for sure. I feel like Philly has their number.
I feel like Milwaukee's got to step up after that beatdown.
Pick them. Give me Philly tomorrow.
Beautiful. I got Milwaukee. I was going to the pick 'em last week. I went 0-3.
0 for 3.
Yeah. Or whatever it was. I think it might have even been 2 weeks ago at this point.
I think I was pretty close with you in a couple of them, so probably didn't bode well for me either.
Yeah. This week though, Philly, Milwaukee. You got Philly. I got Milwaukee. Let's do. I mean, might as well do Philly, Boston too.
Yep. Give me.
I got
Yeah, who do you got? Who do you got?
in Philly. They're gonna be coming off a loss to the Bucks. I got Philly
Give me Boston.
on the road. Wow.
Yep. I hate it, but they own Philly.
They do.
They own Philly.
And then let's do Golden State at Denver.
Oh, another Golden State on the road game, huh?
They've won a few recently.
Give me Denver. I can't take Golden State on the road.
They'd be going for their 10th road win.
Double digits, that might actually mean something for them. I
Let's
doubt
see,
it.
Denver. I mean, is Jokic going to play? Like, he hasn't played the last
2 games. True. I don't care. Still give me Denver. Does not impact
No.
my opinion.
No, come on. Without Jokic, there's no way they win it any game ever.
They'd be in trouble, that's for sure. But I could see them sneaking
DeAndre
along.
Jordan. DeAndre Jordan is the starting center when Jokic is out.
It's putrid. It's terrible. Horrendous. They have problems in backup center. I don't know why they got rid of Boogie, but whatever. Different topic for another day.
I'm going Golden State. I'm going Golden State.
Good. We're opposite on all three today. Perfect.
Appreciate people tuning in. We're gonna catch. Can we get one more prediction? Miami, UConn. I mean, we're gonna be opposite on this too.
Give me UConn.
Give me Miami. You.
You know what? I actually like Miami. I wouldn't mind. I don't know. I have no idea at this point. The Final Four.
Miami, San Diego State.
Oh, UConn's winning. I think no matter what.
They should. Like they're the only like legit team left, but I don't know.
Give me UConn.
Yeah, I like it. If it's UConn versus San Diego State, I'm rooting for San Diego State.
I agree. I think I might root for. I think UConn's going to win, but give me San Diego State in terms of rooting for the whole way.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you.
All right, we will next episode probably Wednesday night. See ya.
Peace.